Welcome. I'm Janita Stanton. We have Reginald Perryman and Shaka Williams. We are TSARE, and this is the There's Something About Real Estate podcast where we talk all things real estate.
What's going on?
What it do? I gotta
get some energy. This shirt too big. I done lost some weight.
Oh,
moved up a little bit. You see how the neck make me look like I'm wearing somebody else's shirt? Yeah. I think, okay, that's the right arm.
What you been doing, Reg? You been getting up in the morning, hitting the gym?
Nah, but I've been hitting the gym a little bit more, watching what I eat.
Oh, okay.
Swinging a golf club, about to start walking them courses.
Look, I know your ass couldn't wait for that.
Yeah, get my 14,000 steps in. Might be less now because I don't have to go find as many lost balls.
True.
Pause.
Yeah. What y'all been up to? What's new? What's happening? How was the weekend?
Everything. Jaja, she the queen of Bagley.
Right.
Right.
Every day you just tell every investor I got that's flipping the house over there, like, man, you see this? How much can we list for? I'm like, man, we gotta wait till it closes.
Yeah. I mean, it's only right. I only grew up, gripping down 7 Mile. It's only right.
So set the bar. She didn't set the market over there.
Man, everybody doubted that price, and she came through with it. So I'm like, all right, let's make this one close. Came through big time.
Man, yep. I did the part I can control now.
Oh yeah,
out of my hands.
Now she's trying to be humble. I did that my little part. That's just.
I'm always humble. I just be like, when they work out, I'll be like, please, Lord.
Hey, but that's exactly what realtors do, though. A good realtor, our job is to get people in the door when we list their property, get eyeballs on the property that somebody, for sale by owner probably couldn't do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got a good offer, you got very good terms on behalf of your client, and now it's up to the appraisal. So
exactly.
Yep. And even when the appraisal come back, there's things that you could do as a realtor to help make sure the deal is still favorable to the seller, so, or your client on either side.
Mm-hmm. So, y'all pray for me. Hopefully everything goes well. I think it will. It's a great property. And, we'll know in about a week that everything worked out.
Yep.
So, all right. I had a couple questions. I just had to call Reg. And look, I had this thought. I was on the phone with a friend, and he was telling me that he's going to the investor meetings or whatever, and they were talking about basically like land contracts, and then like the what you call it?
The subject to
deals or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was saying that they was warning them, like, make sure, you have to be worried about them calling the loan due. And I was just thinking about it. I was like, man, I think that a way to, like avoid all of it would be to file a claim of interest. It's like super clean. So I had to call Reggie and see what he thought about it.
So with that being said, there are things that I will not say on camera because everybody so here's my thing with that, right? And not that I'm hiding anything, but the general public, the average audience member or people watching or people getting into real estate, they don't know how to put together deals that are a little bit more sophisticated. So when we're teaching sometime or we're talking, we have to think about the people. If they don't know the entire structure of a deal or how to put it together, you don't even want to give them the information to get started because they're not going to follow all the other steps that go with it. And we see this all the time, like on Instagram. I think I sent you this post earlier, Shaka, where somebody was like posted, they was answering the question, should I get a home inspection, right? And the person responded, said, yeah, because FHA and VA, it's mandatory. It's a requirement. Well, yes, but no. So FHA and VA, they do their own appraisal, which includes the inspection to make sure the property meets lender guidelines, FHA and VA guidelines. The home inspection is not a requirement. It's just highly recommended. But those are two different things.
Two totally different.
Right.
The FHA and VA inspection, people think like they're intricate, and they're not. You can pass them pretty easily.
And your home inspection might be more detailed. In most cases, it is.
Yeah.
Right.
It's gonna be a
But
lot.
so when I seen that on Instagram, it goes back to what I was saying with Jaja. When we talk about more sophisticated transactions, creative financing, and things of that nature, we have to be careful. If we're not going to give the full details on how to do it, then you probably don't even want to mention it, because really something like that is a whole course. That ain't nothing you just be like, oh, I went to the seller and they wanted to sell, and instead of paying them, $100,000 cash, I gave them $20,000 down at this rate with this monthly payment, and I had a 1-year balloon. Well, you tell the average person about that, they don't even have a backup plan in case they can't pay off that balloon payment in 1 year.
But there's a but though, right? I still feel like that they should know. Yeah, it's like in anything that we're doing, like when we're giving our opinion on these deals, deal or no deal, right? And we say either way, whether we say it's a deal or no deal, it's not just that simple, right? There's still more steps to why we're saying it's a deal or no deal, right?
Right.
I think you can still give them the information so that they now can go, because it's not just the regular people. These realtors don't know don't know it either. Like they don't know, like, for real. A lot of the realtors don't know how to. I'm talking about the ones that have been in the game a long time. They don't know how to structure deals. They do not know how to structure deals.
But that's because you got realtors that only deal with a retail market, and you got realtors that are investor friendly and investor savvy, and they actually invest themselves, like us.
Right.
Hey, TSARE, you know what I'm saying? We know what we're doing because we're doing it.
Right.
And
but I think like that, what I was just talking about, like this is a person that's actually like taking the classes and going to the investor meetings and getting the information. It was just when we were having the conversation, it just literally came to me like, man, that's how you can, maybe try to circumvent that.
There's a few different things you can do. And the only reason I say that is because, all right, you do a subject to, or you do a lease option, or you do a land contract with the seller, and they have a mortgage that has usually is like clause 17 or due on sale clause, which means the lender can call that loan due in full if the property transfers ownership, right? But there are ways around it that people use, and there's things and strategies that people use. But the reason I'm saying that's really a course, because you got to explain all the ins and outs. And a lot of people that are doing these deals on a high level, they're making good money, and they got attorneys. They retained attorneys, right? When we talk to some of these investors that just starting out, they don't even have their LLC documents right, or their corporate docs right. So it's like we just have to be mindful of who the audience is and how sophisticated they are in these transactions. And the more they watch, the more they'll learn. But we got to give them the whole story. But that is a good strategy. I mean, I agree with it. But then we got to explain what a claim of interest is, since you brought it up.
We ain't going to explain that on here. We're going to make that an actual a real episode. So we should.
But see, that's the point I'm making. People will only watch this and not watch the other part when we talk about the claim of interest, and we talk about the due on sale clause and the full details. People will take a little bit and they'll run with it, and they'll go get under contract with somebody and come back.
Shayla's saying she was there. So this was someone out of state, in a different state. And she, so she's here. She went to the Thursday. And I keep saying that I'm going to go to the meeting, but they have them on Thursdays.
Yeah.
So but they are helping people and they do feel like they're very informative. I mean, I think they are very informative. It's like what we do, but it's in person.
Yeah. Yep.
She asked, should they have a real estate lawyer handle those subject twos and other more complex deals? I
So
think it depends.
I think it depends on how knowledgeable you are and how much experience you got. But even me, I don't care what level investor you are, you need a CPA, you need an attorney on your team, and then a
You think
realtor.
so? You think so?
I
Man,
think
these attorneys suck.
no,
So I feel
no.
like I can't agree with you on that. I feel like even more important than an attorney for me is the title company. So I want to have a good relationship with a title company.
But who oversees all the attorney title company docs?
Right, but they're going to take care of that's their attorney taking care of that. You get what I'm saying? But as far as me going to go hire an actual, bro, we've done deals with real estate attorneys that they don't even know how to do quick claim deeds.
I'm not talking about hiring an attorney to do the deal. I'm talking about retaining an attorney on your team. So when you come across something that you can't handle, you already got them on retainer. So for example, right? I use several probate attorneys. I had an investment deal. I'm explaining to these people the whole process, but I'm trying to explain to them how to go through the process, but I can't give them legal advice. So I called my attorney and put her on the phone. Since I can't give legal advice, she spent 10 minutes on the phone with them and walked them through the process without them actually hiring her. Right?
My Bunny?
It was I'm not gonna say it was on my dime, but Bunny is somebody I use, so she is one of the people I use. But it was on my dime, but it was also my investment deal. All they needed to do was like 3 or 4 other steps, right? So I'm not saying I needed an attorney to structure that deal for me, but I needed an attorney to actually give them legal advice for that transaction because we're not allowed to give them legal advice, right?
I get it, but so
you dangerous.
Huh?
I said, but you dangerous.
But listen, I feel like, I mean, me and Johnita even had some deals recently. Parkside was a deal where that individual had an attorney representing him, and that attorney didn't know what the hell he was doing at all. So you got to be careful with that. I feel like the people that will know what they're doing in every real estate transaction, and who my best friend is in every one of my real estate transactions, is the title company, because they don't want to get sued.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is part of your team. I'm not saying you're going to use them on the deal, but I'm saying you should have an attorney on retainer. You should have a CPA to help you with tax strategies. We're talking about structuring your business, structuring how your money is going in and out. You need those people on your team. So when Jaja says, I got this good deal for you, but it's a subject to or it's a land contract. And even though as a consumer, as a client, I may trust Jaja, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing as a buyer or an investor, first-time investor. You might want an attorney to look that stuff over.
So on my subject to deals, I'm going to call the title company that I'm going to use, and I'm going to ask them from a title standpoint, because that's what we worried about, right? We worried about title, right? We worried about your interest in the property, which a lot of times, just because an attorney, man, I don't know. I just feel like that in real estate,
we have to be careful too when we talk. So like with us being public and us talking to the public, we do still have to recommend that attorneys look over the contracts.
I don't. I think that I recommend that you use a title company. The title company is going to.
It's in our purchase agreement that we recommend all parties retain an attorney.
No, we recommend. We can't give legal advice, but why would you have to recommend an attorney on the?
We recommend it because everybody don't understand it. Even though we're explaining it to them, we're not able to get legal advice, and some people just don't understand the basics of the contract, so they should have an attorney. Here's what I'm saying and how
we can offer, just like we do with anything else when we're listing and we're representing the buyer, or when we still represent people. And I think it's just, giving people options. That might be the trouble that I get in. Like people be like, oh, you don't ever, just like answer the question like yes or no. It's like, well, because in real estate, it's not a yes or no answer most of the time. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, well, look, there are some ideas. Now you can go and do the research on this stuff. I just threw some stuff out there for you to go research.
I'm gonna tell them. I always say, go reach out to that title company and explain to that title agent that situation, and voila.
Here's the thing, though.
They can't
all title companies are not created.
The title company, I don't know how much they really be able to help in a subject to deal.
They're gonna be able to tell you where you're. They're gonna be able to help a whole lot.
All right, so let me ask you this: we talking from a newbie investor, right? What up? So listen, I'm gonna ask you this. So somebody's trying to do a subject to deal, right? Brand new investor. They don't know what they're doing. Maybe they went to a RIA meetup or something, and somebody explained it to them, right? And their biggest question is, what can happen if the lender decides to go through with the due on sale clause, execute it, right? What's the outcome? What can happen to me legally? Can the seller come back after me? What would your advice be? Because that's why I say they would need an attorney to explain to them, all right, this can happen, so we need to structure this like this.
So who has seen more of those between that attorney that you're suggesting and the title company? Who has seen more of these situations occur?
The attorneys.
Man, please.
Because the attorney, guess who the lender's gonna do? Call an attorney.
Yeah, but the title company is the one that's always involved.
Yeah, but the title
company really would be involved in this particular deal unless they hold the deed in escrow.
Because
no.
On the subject to, most title companies not even involved. You probably just did title work and went and did that on your own. What I'm saying is,
that's where you made your mistake at right there.
With a subject to deal, you're not really. Title companies, they're not in the beginning of a transaction the same way it is when you're doing a traditional purchase.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, if a year or two from now, right, the lender says, oh, this property transfer ownership or whatever the case may be, whether it's a land contract or whatever, and the lender says, we're going to call this mortgage balance due, right? The title company won't even know about that. Who's going to?
So prior to you, so if you're saying that you went into that transaction prior to talking to the title company, then that's where you made your first mistake. If you went,
I'm saying you went to the title company, but what I'm saying is on the other end. So here's my thing. I want an attorney on my team to be proactive and to cover me before shit go wrong. That's basically what I'm saying.
I got you.
I don't want to wait and find out and then be like, oh, what do I do?
Subject to paperwork.
Yeah. She said she needs somebody who's going to drive it.
I've been subject to before.
Yeah.
It's really not. I think with a subject to deal, for me personally, it's my interest that I want to make sure is protected. If I'm gonna go into that transaction, I just want to make sure my interest is protected. That's the biggest thing.
So who's going to tell you? So you mean a title company can't tell you best how to protect your interest in the property? Now, you think the attorney gonna be able to tell you better than the title company?
I'm not saying that they can't tell me. I already know everything the title company gonna tell me. I got the information.
Shayla,
same thing with the attorney.
Hold on. Shayla, get an attorney. don't listen.
You're gonna be calling me in the morning.
See, Shaka talking from years of experience and his risk tolerance, right? I'm telling you, as a new investor, if you even had to ask the question if you should get an attorney, then the answer is yes. But I will say this: don't just get any attorney. Get one that specializes in real estate. And if you call that attorney and you say, I'm doing a subject to deal, and they don't know what you're talking about, then that ain't the attorney. You need a realist. You need one in attorney. It be attorneys at the RIAs. When you go to those meetups, it be attorneys there. They know these deals backwards and forward. Get an attorney, sit down, meet with them, pay them to sit down for an hour and say, oh, this is why I want to start investing. How should I set my entity up? These are the type of deals I'm looking to do, and then have an attorney on retainer.
So, Reg, the issue is what you just said. Now they got to go find another. Now they got to go vet attorneys, and how they newbies. How they gonna know if the attorney
because
knows
they gonna call me or Jaja and be like, I heard y'all got good attorneys, and I'm gonna refer them to 2 or 3.
Okay.
And they're gonna sit down, and that's how they gonna find their attorney.
That's true.
I
think that subject to deals are some of the best deals with the least amount of risk in terms of like money loss.
Here's the thing.
They are. Talking about a full flip the same way we normally would go and pick a property up. We're gonna go and do a full rehab. Most of the time we're doing a subject to. That's not even an exit strategy. We trying to get into that property for as little as possible. It's probably gonna be my knowledge more than anything else. And then I'm trying to hold that property long enough to where I can get rid of it just like it is.
Yeah, you're just trying to get control of the property. That's all you're doing. You want control of the property so you can either renovate it or put it together so you can get it back on the market and sell it. Some people will do them and then they'll hold them and rent them out, right? So maybe the mortgage payment is $800, but you can rent it out for $1,300, and you pay little to no money to get into it because the seller just wanted it done with it, right? They're moving. They don't want to wait for it to sell or none of that. But what Shaka is saying, go to the title company instead of an attorney, is just like saying, oh, don't have a home inspection. Just wait on your contractor to evaluate the property for you.
That can be true too.
Yeah, the contractor evaluating the property to me is better.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, the contractor evaluating the property is better than a home.
I think it's the same. I think you said it exactly. That's right. It's exactly the same. I think that the home inspector is anybody could be a home inspector. Then they don't know what they talking about half the time.
And this is what I'm saying. The home inspector only sees the upfront portion, right? But they don't always see when you pull that roof off or all the other stuff that the contractor is going to see, right? Right?
Oh yeah. I mean, they should, but
who's going to save your butt when the home inspector overlooks something? The contractor, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same way with the attorney and the title company. The title company only seeing what's up front. The attorney got to deal with the end result of things when it go bad, just like with the contractor. So
we're gonna have let's go to our thing because I want to talk about this in depth. I want to do an actual subject to
an attorney.
I want to do an actual subject to on Friday. Let's tape it, and I want to walk through one so then we can go
we got to either get Wendy on the show or an attorney.
I invited Wendy. She said she's willing to come.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk to nobody that know what they talk. So that's the thing. If an attorney, but because what I'm saying is everybody ain't Wendy. So you're talking about a newbie.
Talk to somebody
who know what they're talking about. A newbie investor, right? We talk about a newbie investor, and then you're acting as if everybody gonna go to Wendy. It's so many attorneys out here that people like. What's that one dude? It's a guy that's killing in these damn groups. An attorney that's killing in these groups, and I know he don't know what the hell he doing.
No,
he killing them.
What you say? Read with D.
What up, Darius?
Pause. What does that mean?
That's his real estate. Real estate
with Darius.
That's Darius that came on the show. What's up?
I knew exactly who it was. I hope he know it. I'm just saying. Okay.
Right.
All right. Let's get it. Let's jump
into this show. I mean, these flips. All right. There is. You ain't submitted no deals.
Y'all didn't kill. I bet you most of your investors that are experienced got some relationship with an attorney.
Yeah, I don't.
You
I've worked with attorneys. I've had real estate attorneys, and I realized that I was giving them money that was a waste.
But what were you using it for? That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like
so my point is, I did it, and I realized that I didn't have to do that. That's money that I'm paying for. Getting what I'm paying for.
Let me give you an example, right? When I loan people money, like I do,
I got
3 minutes. No, 2. Go ahead.
when I loan people money, right, they need to borrow money to buy a home or something like that, right? Do you draw up the mortgage and the note and everything yourself?
We
Yes.
do.
You
We
do
got
it?
Yes.
Then you good. But guess what I did? I hired an attorney to do my first one, and from there I just copied it from that point.
Okay. Okay.
And then every year I have my attorney. I say, can you look at this? And if it's any updates or any laws that change. But initially I had to hire an attorney to do that. I wasn't gonna draft those documents myself.
I draft them and I'm sure I got all of the.
Well, hold on, Reggie. Now you're contradicting yourself because you said that if the newbie investor, they're gonna call Johnita or Reggie, and Johnita or Reggie is going to have those contracts already here.
I'm not giving them.
Make sure I don't use my logos.
This the thing. I'm not giving them my contracts because their situation may be different. And if I give them my contracts, they're not going to learn it. If an attorney drafts it for them, they're going to have a consultation with that attorney and say, what are you trying to do? Their goal may be different than mine. They may have different risks than mine. So they need to meet with an attorney, get their paperwork set, then they can move forward however they want once they get the experience.
Depends.
That's all I'm saying. Y'all can listen to Chaka.
Oh, he in agreement with old boy that said that they should never use other people's money.
Reggie did? You agree with that?
I'm teasing him.
No, you know what? I somewhat agree with that for
what?
For new
lose your own money, flush it down the toilet.
No, I don't say use all your own money. I agree that like on your first deal, if you trying, depending on how much experience you got, or if you went to like some type of training or class or something like that, if you just woke up and like, oh, I want to buy real estate, and you watch some podcast or something, I want to flip a house, you need to be careful who you borrow money from. I didn't say don't use other people's money, but we all know some of these private lenders are completely different than your hard money lenders that got entity and all of that. Some of these people loan sharks, to be honest. So you got to really know who you borrowing money from.
Right. Never use your own money to fund projects ever. If you don't have to ever use your money, don't ever use your money. I don't agree with that at all. Like, that's the name of the game.
I agree, but what I'm saying is there's certain people you shouldn't borrow money from if you don't know what you're doing.
I agree. You might not borrow money from everybody. So then we should say, don't borrow money from loan sharks. Borrow money from actual banks or actual private money individuals that have a reputation. But
that's the only
never
thing,
use your money.
Please, people, that's the only thing I'm saying. Somebody, Joe Smo, walk up to you and say they fund deals. You need to understand who Joe Smo is. That's all.
Okay, but
especially if you don't know what you're doing, because I make a lot of money off of selling people investor homes. They couldn't finish the project because they didn't know what they was doing. Now they stuck, and now they just need to get rid of it just so they can break even and pay their lender back.
That's why you use other people's money.
And but I'm just saying, be careful who you borrow money from, because not all
that you can never be. How you gonna be? I want to hear. Well, we got to get to another deal because we need to talk about that too, because I sent that so we can have a conversation about that.
Yeah, Emmett, we talking about deals. All right, so let me pull up. We're gonna pull up this one on.
Yeah, Shayla just submitted that one.
Shaka gonna have y'all borrowing people money without an attorney.
I'm gonna have you successful.
Had a loan shark after you and everything.
I'm not giving them the 101 book. I'm giving them the real book, like the real information.
It is the real book.
That BS.
When that private lender show up to your house, it can get real quick.
No, what are you gonna do? It's a private lender.
All right. That's why
we didn't say go borrow from the drug dealer down the street. We said private money. They taking a risk.
That's why some of them private money lenders. Listen to Reg on this, people. If
you
don't know what you're doing, don't borrow money from certain people. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Even if you do know what you're doing,
that guy he was saying if you're a newbie investor, don't use other people's money because you might go and lose it. He
Yeah.
wasn't saying vet the person. I didn't hear him say that part. He didn't say vet the
Well, he
person.
was talking about somebody getting beat up. He said he's seen people get beat up or whatever. But
I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying be careful who you borrow money from, because there's a lot of people out here that want to get into real estate. They want to throw you a few dollars and be like, oh yeah, you trying to get into real estate, I'll give you the money, right? And some of these people don't even have a contract. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. All I'm saying is make sure your paperwork right. I suggest using an attorney, whether you take shotgun advice or whatever. Have your stuff together and be careful who you borrow money from.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
I think, so when you named a CPA and an attorney as people like the start of their strong team, and that's all
I'm
I
just
disagree
saying
with.
have them on your team as some. You're not gonna bring all your people off the bench all the time. I'm just saying have them ready on reserve just in case you need them. At some point in time, you making money, you'll need a CPA. Everybody
get you a mentor. Get you a mentor, and then go from there. And then you got to find you a mentor. You know what? You're right, Reggie. Because me and you we're gonna have a different. We both make money, but we got a different strategy. How we make our money. You got to get you a mentor that most reflects your style. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Your personality, how you invest. You get what I'm saying?
There you go. And I don't want JD. I don't want JD coming, sending full force after me, beating me up because I ain't paid the money back.
Yeah, don't borrow from JD. Go borrow from. Go get you a mentor who's gonna show you a real private money lender that if you default on that loan, they ain't gonna come beat you up. They just gonna come take the house.
Right.
That's what's supposed to happen.
Exactly. Don't get found in the house. That's what I'm saying. All right.
Like, don't be scared. I don't want to scare people from getting out here and making the move. All right, you got to start.
Wait, hold on, man. I'm not trying to scare people. I'm just saying there are people out here that want to turn their money a certain way and they loaning people money. And
don't borrow from those people. Go borrow from the real people.
That's all I'm saying. That's the point I was making. I was trying to say it a little certain way, but it's a lot of people.
Don't borrow from drug dealers. I get that.
Yeah.
But
drug dealers ain't bad.
First of all, I know what I'm doing. I'm not borrowing money from no drug dealers. So no matter if you're newbie or not. It's certainly.
Wait, hold up. Emmett said y'all evaluating the property or what? Come on, get to it, right?
All right. What's text me? I mean, did y'all send the email? I mean, this address?
Yeah, this is 15829 Evanston. So Janita, tell us a little bit about this property while we go.
Oh, I don't know anything about this property. I'm so sorry.
Is this a 2-family or this a single family?
Shayla, tell us some stuff about this property. I think it's a single family. We just need to pull it up on grab the,
how you spell the street?
Evanston. It's on the east side.
Here, I'm about to pull it up too. That's what I'll do. What?
Y'all gonna have people out here naked with no attorney borrowing money from JD.
I'm
gonna have them. If they call me, they ain't gonna be naked. They gonna call me. They gonna realize they gonna save money because they ain't wasting money paying people that they don't need to pay. And then they gonna borrow money from people that actually is gonna only lend them money in a deal where they can actually win in, not in the bold deal. Most of them people got to understand when you borrowing other people money, they not just lending. They ain't just willy-nilly giving you money. You got to bring an actual deal that makes sense to them.
That's true, but it's some people
diligence. You
it is some lenders out here loan private money.
Address. I got it so I can finish looking at it. What's the address?
15829 Evanston.
Okay.
You can share your screens. I need on this one.
All right, let me close some of my windows.
My bad, Reg. You in the middle of it? How far are you into them pictures?
We're a little ways. I just want people to see it.
So she said that this is a single family. I mean, a duplex. A single family turned it to a duplex. Okay. Lower unit being rented currently.
Right. In this house, this the same house. This don't look like this being rented.
And EVA
You don't need
and
a
Huh?
Like I'm gonna start telling people you don't need no contractor. You can do all your electrical, HVAC, roof, all that yourself because they can, right?
No, so that's totally different
no.
than what you're saying.
No, I know people
You
that do
don't
all
need.
their own work.
You don't need. Well, if you're not doing your own work, then you don't need a contractor.
Right.
But that's like saying this. That's like you. What you're saying is, hey, if your contractor ain't licensed, if your electrician ain't licensed, don't use them. That's what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying is if you don't know what you're doing, hire a professional. Ain't that what you always say?
Well, all professionals ain't created equal. That's the problem.
Let me share my screen. Okay, so for me, let me see.
Emma said this got bird potential, and Shayla said that the pictures look bad because they just the top unit only. They don't got the lower unit.
Oh, okay, because I was wondering like how's this property rented out?
Oh wait, what just happened? Did I share my screen?
No, I gotta add it. I'm about to add it. There you go.
Oh, okay.
You shared the wrong screen though.
Oh shit.
It's gonna give you an option to share real content.
Yeah, let me see. Well, why I just say so? Let me see. Share screen. And sharing the window that I want to share.
Emma asks if you in the lending money, Reg.
I lend money to certain people that I know I don't have to chase. No, I do lend money. It's usually like gap funding though.
Am I still sharing around screen?
Nope, you got it. No.
Okay, so whenever I do my evaluations, I always start with public record because I need to see what's happening on the back end.
Explain why. What are you trying to look? What are you looking for in public record?
I want to see who the owner is. I want to see the last sale. I want to see if it's on the market because I can get to that fairly easy from the screen. I want to see the taxes, the square footage, the age of the property. So this is limited. It doesn't show the bedrooms, but it shows the baths. It shows the square footage at 1,889, and it was built in the 30s. So it's a bungalow. So this is what we used to probably call an income bungalow. And then when I click on this MLS listings, I just want to see when was it listed before and what happened. So it was listed twice before. This one is in 2014. No photos available at that point. And so it's 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths is what it says on that.
And see how they got their square footage different? That's why I hate this public record stuff. They got 2,067 square feet. The other people got, the other one said 1,800.
Yeah. That's how you call Roberta to come measure it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look. So one thing too, I'm glad when Janita was talking about looking at the PRD and looking at the taxes, if it's a buy and hold and you see like the current taxes are homesteaded, you have to calculate what the projected taxes are going to be next year. Because if you're doing a buy and hold and you're basing your gross rents versus your net and your expenses, if them taxes pop up, say $1,200 or $2,000 next year, it's going to throw all your numbers off.
You should expect it because that's
happening here with the taxes, and I'm assuming it's because it was a Detroit Land Bank property.
Yeah, right. That's what I was about to say. You should expect it, but that's hard to calculate because you don't know if they're gonna change the SEV.
We did a show on that before where Jaja explained it great. So y'all go back and watch TSARE episode something. Just watch them all, you'll find it.
So now that I've done this, I realized that, was a conversion that we got to look at this 2 ways, right? We got to look at it on the residential side, and then we're going to have to pull it up on the 2-family side and see, what makes the most sense. So,
and while you looking that up, Emmett said, "Do anybody know a good referral for somebody to tear down a house?"
I'll tear it down for the right price.
Emmett, you can tear it down yourself.
He can.
You don't need a professional.
So when I go,
depending on where it's at, he don't need a professional. That's a real thing. You don't need a professional. Look, y'all keep saying it's professional, like professionals are actually professional, or like that's just the designation that somebody gave them. It's a piece of paper, man. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm talking about professional meaning They competent in what they doing. Like
Everybody that's a professional ain't competent in what they doing. That's
exactly,
the problem.
But that's why he asked for a referral. I know some companies. I'll inbox you offline and let you know.
All right, y'all want to keep evaluating this property?
Yeah.
All right. So at first I started at 120. We didn't get many sales. We only had one within a quarter of a mile. So if I go out, so nothing is really, happening in the last couple months. You got one sold on Buckingham for 175, which, that's not a when did that sell? Not a bad comp.
Buckingham and Evanston, two different neighborhoods.
Yes. What is this? 3 blocks up?
Nah,
this is legal description on here. Buckingham East Development. They look like they're similar houses. They're not that far away.
Yeah, what block of Buckingham is that? Because that could be.
Oh, this is gonna be between Outer Drive and 94.
Yeah, that's gonna be different.
That's that short block right there.
Yeah, and that Evanston is gonna be north of 94. Looks like, and
right here.
Yeah.
So you're on the other side of the expressway. Do they still do that with the appraisers where if it's on the opposite side of a park expressway or by water, they don't use those comps?
I wouldn't be comfortable using those comps. I don't know if their appraiser, if they change it, we have to ask Roberta, but if I would, obviously that's not going to be the same neighborhood because it's across, you know what I mean? 94 is like just crossing Southfield. You go from that where Memorial is over to where Artesian and them is at. That's two totally different areas.
What's the price on this house?
Shayla.
And then for you about to run.
So you got. I guess the fact is you got you're not fighting for no numbers over here.
Right.
Like they're all right here. So now to me it depends on how much work got to be done. And what block is Evanston in? I'm gonna go back and look at that. That's gonna be the other side.
East and west, so it's either gonna run into like Chalmers or something like that. These are about for a little bit further over. Would you go out a mile or half a mile?
This was the first time I went out a quarter of a mile. This is only a half of a mile.
Yeah, that area changes.
So we can bring it. So square footage, I think, is what was that? 1,800 square foot property.
Yeah.
So we could do 1,500 to 2,200.
You got to be careful with that half a mile because it's right at the edge, and it's taking you across.
You just don't have no comps though. So, and then I guess yes, and then it is everything that's sold is on that opposite side of the.
Oh, she shut the whole. It's a no deal.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work.
What?
Come back and see what happened.
Yeah, Shayla, it's a no deal at that number.
Oh, she said they're asking 59 and the ARV is 120.
Oh, they may be off on a ARV though.
They probably not. If once you cross that 94 area, you start getting closer to that East English Village area, and that Evanston is a completely different neighborhood. It's like a whole different makeup. And if you have 59 already and the ARV is 120, and it already looks like you got to put about 40, 50 into a shotgun?
More than that. Look, I've been looking at something. I want everybody to understand that construction costs are extremely high. Like I haven't been shopping in a minute as far as picking up material, but I went like the last couple of days, and it's crazy. So all the numbers, yeah, I would say somewhere about 45, 50 reds.
All right. Do we see pictures? Is that house?
How much that one sell for?
This one sold for 72.
That's a rehab. That one.
What street is that on?
Cash sale. This one is on Chatsworth.
Oh yeah. No, I don't even see this as a buy and hold if those numbers.
I'm straight. Because you're not getting nothing on that side either. Even this one on Chatsworth is You know.
Emmett said we want to look at his deal.
Yeah.
He got to email it over.
Send it.
He got photos.
Put the email in there. Reg.
Yeah, I'll put it in there. Hold on, give me 1 second. Email it to that
whoever that investor is that gave Shayla the comps, they're using everything on that other side of 94 that's going closer to East English.
So you think it's less or more?
Yeah.
It's less than 129?
I mean, 120. If you went in there and put all the bells or whistles in there, I think you could get the 120.
Yeah, 120 might be fair. I just don't like the 59 price plus what you got to put into it. So while we waiting on Emmett, I'm gonna pull this house up here. Let me pull up. This is one we looked at in real life.
Calvert.
Can y'all see the screen?
Yep.
All right. So this is the one in Southfield, 20714 Woodburn. I don't have a lot of photos on the MLS. I got more at the office, but this is a 3-bedroom garage. The roof is about 10 years old, but we don't know what quality of the work was done, so it may still need to be replaced. Shaka said some of the wood might be rotted because it was a dip.
What's his address?
This 20714 Woodburn.
20714?
Yeah, 14. I'm gonna have you run the comps too, so pull it up. But this one, it needs everything. So it's gonna need, you probably want to convert it over to forced air. And it has the lot is just under a half acre. You got to tear down this. This was like another garage. It's like a barn almost back there. And
I would try to keep it.
You think you said you can keep it, Shaka?
I would try to. Yep, I would try to keep it versus tearing it down. I think you're gonna spend. You might spend about $5,000. I mean, not $5,000. You're gonna spend more to keep it, but I think it's
it'll be worth it.
Yep.
You can probably make this another living quarters in Airbnb.
It's big. That's like a big thing over there.
Yep. You can throw your teenagers in there and let them just have a bar.
Facts.
And
you have a guest house.
Yeah. Yep. Or do an Airbnb.
Yep.
If the city will let you have it. But yeah, it's a complete rehab. Gonna have to redo the kitchen, plumbing, everything in there got to be redone. So they're asking $75 for it. And Janita's going to pull the comps up.
I think estimated rehab, depending on the finishes that you're using, between 80 and 90.
Okay.
Everybody's going to ask why it's so high. It's because you do got to convert it to forced air. It's on a crawl. There is no basement. And I think you'll see more when you see Janita's comps.
All right.
So I'm only a quarter mile out. If I take the pendings out, we get 3. So y'all want to start there?
Yeah, see what you got.
All right. 220 is the high. And that's a ranch. And traditionally ranches do better.
And that's about, I said the comps are probably going to be like 195, 200. I sold the one down the street for 190, but it wasn't completely remodeled. And that was late last year.
So y'all be looking at ranches in y'all as a comp for y'all on your colonials?
No, I don't look at them as comps for the colonials, but I'm just looking to see what's happening in the market. So if I'm only getting ranches, I'm not gonna ignore them. I'm gonna at least look at them and see the quality of construction, if they got basements or not, and then I'm gonna try to find some colonials.
In this area, you would have to, because probably 95% of the properties are ranches. So you're not going to find many colonials. And if you do, you probably have to go back further for the sales.
So I think that's what the real, so I would go out further looking for the colonials, because I think that's what their appraiser is going to do.
All right, go back further on the dates too, Janita. Go back. How many days did you go back?
All right, we got one pending on Midway. It was on the market for 29 days. It's 1,366 square feet. And no basement, 2-car garage. and it needs a new roof. It's a wood house. This house is smaller than that house, right?
Yeah.
How many square foot was the other one, Reg?
What you call it is, I believe we were at 1,800.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That was all the pictures.
Yeah, 1838.
All right. So we got that one on a pending. You know, that's a phone call I will be making to see when they're gonna close, or seeing if the agent will give me more information on the appraisal.
Right.
So I'm about to go in here and just put 2-story in, so I can get rid of those ranches.
Well, yeah, go up. You only gonna have 3, but go ahead. Put 2 stories in 1.5 story and see. And there's a few tri levels over there too.
All right, we got 6.
All right.
And so that's 100. That's the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, we got 4. This is not the same type of a property. I would not use this.
No, I wouldn't use that
either. For this.
That's the same area, but that I probably wouldn't use that.
Yeah.
Unless you. This probably like a tri level or something. Yeah.
See, it's not. It just this. I don't like this area over here because the houses are kind of crappy, and then the numbers. How much they want for the house? 75.
75.
And then you saying how much y'all can rehab?
Between 80 and 90.
Oh shit! No deal. I mean, maybe because you could probably get like what 220. I mean, the area is shaky though.
Yeah, people buying over there. Your boy John Graham got one over there, and
that's his area. That's his farming area. You know, he'd be over there heavy.
Yeah, he was on it first, and what you call it? Shaka got something over there, right? Y'all got something going over there. You rehabbing?
I think you don't have to do high end finishes on this property though to get to that probably 195, 210.
Yeah,
with the square footage.
Cause look up what sold on Woodburn in the past year. I forgot the address I saw, so you can see the finishes on that, and we got 190 for it. And just type in Woodburn for the street. You might have to take out those. You got to take out the style. Yeah.
What's the address again?
20714. So look up that one right there, right? So when you look at the interior, this wasn't like updated or anything. They did the floors. Most of that was just painted.
I'd be mad as hell at this photographer. Look, when you zoom in on that, you got the baseboard heat rusted. You got these old cabinets. What they do? Put some new. What's that? Acrylic?
It was it was a rental property, and they just went in and cleaned it up before they sold it.
This is a property that I'd be mad unless it shows better. This is way too heavy of a filter. Like look at the floor. That's painted wood.
Yeah.
And then it's sold for 190. Yeah. So like I think that property would be safe at that 210 mark.
And this was on a crawl as well. So scroll through so you can see the kitchen. So like the kitchen, it was just old cabinets. It was did the laminate flooring and then the countertop, and then they put carpet and painted. So what I'm saying is you got 190 for that. And if you talk about doing the Shaka special, we had multiple offers on this property.
Man.
Even though that was a better market back then, but the market is picking back up. So at 190, comparing that to TSARE special renovation on it.
Yeah.
I think you were closer to 195, 200 easily.
So if you take the 200, then if you take the 200 and you're just using your 65%, you add 130. Now you take away the 75, that leaves you with $55,000 to do your rehab. I don't think you can go in there and get that house, even builder grade, at I use 65%, Johnny. I ain't use 60. So that's gonna leave you 55, and I don't think with that 55 you're gonna be able to get there.
All right. All right. So Shaka's saying no deal on the flip. I like it at a lower price if it can be got for that. And for an owner occupant, it's probably ideal. Somebody that can come in and put the 75 and the 80 into it and live there and have equity already.
Emmett, did you email
that was my sale too. I sold that house too. Just to let y'all know who run this town.
I just want to look at this property one more again.
Yeah.
And what else is active?
Janita got Bagley and Southfield is me.
I mean, that's funny because I just had multiple offers over on Melrose. I had like 8 offers on that property.
See what I'm saying? That area hot because
that make me pull up my. Come on.
Here's the thing.
Oh, so hold on, y'all fighting over who area that is?
I got family and everything else over there. I'll catch you. Don't keep playing with me.
Man, you know what I say about family. I don't care who y'all related to. I'm your agent. Look, so the thing about this area, what's unique about it, is probably one of the least expensive areas to Southfield. It's only one other area that's probably cheaper that you can get affordable housing in Southfield for. So it's a market over there. It just is not a consistent look throughout the block.
I think I like this house.
And you get a lot of land with it too.
I think I like this house. So this house is gonna be for me probably like similar to like Party, but with more work needing to be done. But I just don't think we have to go in there doing like everything. We just gotta make it habitable.
You definitely have to do everything because you're going to forced air. So you're going to be opening up all the walls. Right now they got baseboard heating in there.
Why would you be doing a conversion?
Because they have baseboard heating in there and it's no good. So you're going to go to
my listing that just saw had baseboard heating.
Yeah, that's how
houses over there got baseboard heating.
Yeah,
but that's again that forced air would add a little bit more value from a marketing standpoint. I don't know how the appraiser gonna look at it, but
okay. But I feel like that is going to get you your $200,000 with no problem,
right,
in that area. Me personally, it would go to forced air, and then I would take. Honestly, that would go to forced air, and then there's upstairs. There's a So Janita, when you go in there, this ain't nothing like this is closer to huh? No, it's closer to Battelle. You remember how Battelle was as far as nasty? Yeah, it's closer to Battelle than Party.
But still,
Party had the extra people in it.
Flip.
You said what?
I said we were just talking about how Battelle was an easy flip. We had the city intervene in the way that they were.
Yeah, it was an easy flip because it's a 792 square foot house, 2-bedroom. And you didn't have to convert it, and it got a basement. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
We got a question too from Anthony. Said, can you define an MAO formula with Reno and the usual percentage? Shaka.
So everybody don't use the same formula. I never heard. What is MAO?
So because he's from a different area. Oh. So he basically talking about it's the maximum allowable offer.
I know what he's talking about, but I'm just saying I don't that's why I was saying everybody has a different so I use 65%, just like, and Janita, just if y'all saw her, she did it at 60% because of the area that we're because of the what's going on with the interest rates. So we got a little bit more conservative, a little bit, you know what I mean? But I still
hold on. Most of your hard money lenders are using like 65 to 70%. It's only a few that'll do 75. So that's another reason you keep them numbers, because the lender's trying to protect themselves too. But that's kind of a good rule of thumb, is to follow what the lenders are doing and probably be a little bit more conservative than what the lenders are doing as well.
Yeah, so mine is 65%.
Let's do this property. All right, let me see something.
Hold on, did we answer his question?
I'm getting ready to.
Oh, okay.
So with the property that we just evaluated, right? We said, what did we say on the ARV?
200.
200. So that means that we can go in there. What you said, 120, 125?
130, 65% put you at 130.
Okay, so 130 is all that we can be into the property. And then you said you're gonna need to do how much in rehab, Shaka?
Before I get there, I'm taking away my purchase price. So if I just took away my purchase price, if I'm at 130 and I just took away the 75, then that leave me with 55. Now I have to ask myself, can I go and rehab that house to the status of the comps for $55,000?
So you did it backwards. I was trying to get to a point before you went that route. Okay, so we was at 130, and then you said 75 on the.
This why y'all need a CPA.
I mean, I'll answer the question. So, anyways, Anthony, I think the maximum allowed offer that you could do on that house would be whatever it would be minus. So I was trying to figure out, all right, what are you saying we would have to spend on that house to make it right?
Well, Johnita, he asked what the number was, including renovations. So that's where the 65% comes in. So he don't have to go to the next step that you're talking about, because that's why I did it the way I did it. Because he asked.
Okay, so you answered it already the way you wanted to. So now I want to answer it the way I want to. So you said how much in rehab?
80 to 90,000.
All right, so if we had 90,000, they asking 75 for the house. The maximum that I will offer would be $40,000 for that house.
Shayla, that's very aggressive.
Yeah, that's even more aggressive than
I would never do no deal with that. I wouldn't. I'm an experienced investor, and I wouldn't use that. Oh no, she said 70% minus repairs though. She's saying she's doing 70%. I wouldn't use that. I wouldn't use that. I wouldn't go with that right there. I would that's let me see something. 20,000. So she had 140. Well, she had 140 times
and based on Shaka's formula, you would have to offer right about 50 for
40.
Yeah.
Yep. 45, 50, which is what I told Rez that I'd be willing to offer for that. But Shayla's minus repairs. So
she doing 70%. That formula works. It just depends on the property. And then
60.
Even though you might have a formula, your formula may have to change depending on the property itself and what the market is in that area. So like 70% may be a little bit less conservative on certain properties. So if you was like in a better part of Southfield, you might be willing to put a little bit more money into it or take that risk because it may sell quicker, or it may be a more stable market.
Well, she got 70% minus repairs. So she actually, and so when I just did it on that deal, she coming out using that formula. It's very comparable to the 65%.
Right.
It's just an extra. It's just an extra step that you don't need.
Yeah. So I wonder, is that the usual percentage part of the question? What we typically do?
Oh.
And the usual percentage.
Are you asking?
Yeah.
What are you asking?
So his question was, can you define the MAL formula with rental and the usual percentage?
Yeah, 65. So so 65%, 70%, and it really, I go with the 65, anywhere from 60 to 70, depending on your risk tolerance and what your lender is willing to allow. But I feel like 65 is a safe number.
But here's the thing too, you got to keep in mind, when you do that formula, you still have to factor in what's your minimum return on investment that you want to make. So like your formula may work at 60% or 65%, but when you look at, okay, the ARV versus what you got into it, if you only got 20,000 left, and even though the numbers say 60%, you may not want to do all that work to get $20,000. Even though the percentages work.
Well, it ain't gonna be $20,000, and that's why that formula is so huge, because it ain't $20,000 ain't gonna be at a 65%.
Right, but I'm just saying on any deal, like a smaller deal, right, where the profit could be that, you probably wouldn't want to do the deal in the first place.
And picks higher have video. Can we do Emmett's or?
Yeah, we're gonna do Emmett's. Let me pull that one up real
Emmett,
quick.
you got that one under contract?
He sent some information over too in the chat, so I'm gonna pull it up. He only got a couple photos because he said the video file was too large. So Emmett gonna have to start sending his deals in advance so we can have them lined up for people. Let me pull this up real quick.
What was that? Calvert.
All right, so Emmett said this one is on Calvert, 3551 Calvert. It's a 6, 2.5. They want 65,000 for it. So I'm assuming it's three bedrooms up, 3 bedrooms down, and said 2.5 baths. This a multifamily?
It's got to be like they converted it or something. Autumn, yeah.
Yeah, hold on, let me pull this other photo up real quick. Yeah, this is a 2-family.
Mm-hmm.
So run the comps, Janita.
Why is that coming up in? Wait, before I speak, it's not coming up in PRD. Why? What did I do wrong?
Try 3
another
553 or 3549.
Right, because it got 2 addresses. You said 35 what?
He had
49 or 53.
3551. So just do 3549-3553 and it should come up because that'll give you a range.
Okay, so I'm just about to search it. So we confirmed that it was a multifamily?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's not coming up on my end either.
Okay. Detroit. Hey, Twa. Let me see.
You found it?
Let's check that first. Sure it ain't on the market. All right, what we got active?
Okay, let me add you to the stream. All right.
It's the wrong address. It's 3351.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna change it.
Emmett trying to throw us off with that address. That means he'll get. You got it under contract, Emmett?
I'm looking.
You gotta be more comp. Wait a minute, you gotta be more comps over there.
Acquisition price.
He said 65K.
All right, so I will be looking at this already. Right.
He's saying Bird.
But you see what I'm saying? So like we got one that's available in the area for 59. So I could go, potentially buy for less. So that's one of the first things I would be checking.
I'm going to see them photos. How did that look? Structurally sound.
Oh, got a new furnace.
I got some photos of this one too.
All right, so this one. And what does it say about occupancy? But anyways, let's move on.
That's the only comp you got that's comparable?
No, that was just an active,
okay.
That was listed for less. We got 3. We got 1 sold in the last 6 months, which we don't know we're gonna need to go out in time because that's a multi-family. So we have 8 sold in the last year.
And you went a quarter mile. Go out a half mile for me.
All right, I'm gonna move it back in time when I do that.
All right.
So
How many you come up with when you went a half
23.
mile? All right.
So now we got 6 in the last 6 months.
All right. See what you come up with. Yeah, because I was about to say it had to be something sold on Calvert. So this 165.
Emmett, his thing must be lagging.
So it's clean. They got old cabinets, old kitchen tile, peeling stick floor.
And this was sold for
165. This on the fresh paint job and some surfacing on the floors. They don't got no new doors or nothing.
And it's sold for 165.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next highest sold comp? Is that the highest?
Oh, Burlingame for 150.
All right. So everybody that asked about that percentage formula, we want y'all to calculate this one once we come up with the ARV on it. So and that one wasn't completely updated. What's the next highest one you got?
140 on web.
It's a no deal for me.
Dr. No has spoken.
How much work? Oh, that house wasn't framed up at all.
Yeah, and I got photos for the other house.
For the one that's active? I mean, for the one you're talking about?
For Emmett property. Let me pull this up.
The property. Okay. Oh, you want me to stop sharing?
Yeah, I'm a let me pull this up real quick.
Ooh, that's my bedtime.
All right, so this the property right here. Let me go back to the first photo. So this the property, right? Basement. Looks like the hot water tank and furnace seem pretty good. Like it needs some painting. Look like somebody was prepping it or something.
It's a good deal.
Yeah, it's decent. They only got a few photos.
The pictures just changed. Did y'all not see the first pictures? Where the first pictures at?
That's how I was asking. Was it gutted?
No, these
pictures gutted.
This is not showing the real pictures. This ain't showing.
No, these. Hold on. These additional pictures of the other unit in the basement.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, so it's just one unit that
he only had a couple photos, but this was like the other part in the basement. So it's only a few photos, period. But
yeah.
So you got what, $30,000, $35,000 to go in there and get it tenant ready?
And that unit right there? Or are you talking about the whole thing?
I'm talking about in order to make the deal work, that's how much you have.
Oh, left? What y'all using?
So he asked you 65. Y'all gotta do y'all 60% formula. So
I think for Alberto, he gonna be able to do better than that.
Yeah.
Better than what?
The 65%.
All right, so what you saying the ARV is, Johnny? We had 140 to 165.
I was at 150.
So 150 is the ARV, and then he wants 65,000 for it. So for a flip, we already know it's probably not gonna be ideal. But for a buy and hold, what you think, Shaka?
Nope. So two things. If we we only looked at one. Go look at the pictures for the other unit, and your numbers are going to change. And then on the Burr, you got to understand that they are way. This is something that I just am seeing. When you're doing the Burr, they are super cautious on the appraised value.
Right? And you're talking about the hard money lenders, not if you brought it and refinanced it, right?
I'm talking about refi. I'm talking about buying and a refi.
Yeah, I think the numbers will stick. I think that 150.
They are so ridiculous with their appraisals. on the refi, on the cash out refi?
Are you talking about just hard money lender or conventional lenders?
Both.
When on those other comps, Janita, was those loans or was those cash deals?
So
that you had.
So I had a listing over there that was a 2-family. It's on Calvert. I think the address was 2004. Her appraisal came back at 125 when she tried to burr it.
Okay.
I just had a deal that I just tried to do a cash out refi that they took at least 25,000 off their appraisal.
This were finance. They did $6,000 back to her cost.
Yeah, so you got
on one of them, and then saying 2,500 back to her cost on that one that sold for 165.
Go look at the pictures of 200. How far is that from over there? Hold on.
It's like a mile.
No, that 200 is a little bit different of a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be different. So we had about 150, 65 for the property, and you probably got to put what, like 20 each unit.
Why y'all keep saying that? Did y'all see? Go back to the pictures.
It was only one picture, one room in this other one, but I'll share it with you.
And we didn't see no kitchens and no bathrooms. I don't know where y'all keep where these numbers
so
from.
what is your estimate?
My number just came.
I don't have one because
it wasn't based on the property.
It's not enough information. I don't have the photos to see it, but I'm looking at this right here. I'm imagining what everything else looked like based on this photo right here, and I definitely ain't saying 20,000 in each unit. If one of the units look like that.
Reggie, when you get a chance, walk the neighborhood.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite thing to do.
I think I like this this for a buy and hold.
It's no go for me.
Obviously, I need to go over there and walk the property in person, but
all right. So this the block. It's a corner lot. This going back. What is this, like Linwood or something?
Joy Road.
Dexter.
I know the dude that owned that building. Oh yeah, that is
So the block was bad.
What is this? 2020? This is last summer.
Somebody selling bricks. All red bricks. Just don't borrow no money from them. Yeah, but this block not bad.
That's true, Emmett. They do 100%.
Yeah, this block kind of solid.
Like I think I would want to get it for like 45 max, but I like the property.
So
I like the idea of blurring that property.
Now you know that we didn't see either kitchen or either bathroom. All we saw was the basement and a living room.
Well, obviously for me, I would go and see the property in person, but I've heard enough to get me to go over there and look at it in person.
So you saying basically, it's worth entertaining at that. So Dr. No said no.
I mean, Janita does look for, you know what I mean? So when we was talking about, so yes, it's a hell no for me, but Janita would go over there and try to see if she saw more information. Yeah. And if she went over there and they had an updated kitchen, which I'm guessing they don't, and updated bathroom, or then Emmett, are either any of those rented out?
McCoy.
Are they rented out?
Yeah. I don't. If I got to put more than 60 into it at 65,000, it's gonna be a no for me. But if I can get it for like 40 or something and have to put maybe 50 or 60, I might consider it. But I have to run the rental comp numbers too.
Yeah. So you could get about 12, huh?
Because I want 35 and 4 and see if we could get in and out of there with 40.
Yeah, because the biggest part to all of this, aside from the ARV, is what are the rental rates over there? Because the ARV might make sense, it may appraise, but if you can't get a certain net on a rental income, it ain't worth it to do a burrow.
I think you're probably gonna get 1,000 a unit over there.
12. So you're gonna get 12 all day, 12 or better all day.
Each unit?
Yep, each unit. Them 3 bedrooms, right?
I was gonna say 12 at first, but I pulled back on it.
Yeah, I think 12 is a little. I would be a little bit more conservative, like
All right, we can say 1,100.
So the one that I had listed, she has a 2-bedroom, renting them both out for $950 each, and it's old rent. So they want to increase the rent, but they're under contract at the $950.
Right.
And they're 2 bedrooms. So these are 3 bedrooms. And y'all saying that this is a little bit better area?
Yeah, I just tenanted a one over there for someone out of state, and it was $1,000 for the unit, and it was piece of shit,
right.
Like terrible.
So you're gonna get that 12 all day. And then they just had one, the one that's 65 that they were trying to sell for 60. Go look at that. I'll buy that one I seen all the pictures. I know what I'm working with. That's a deal that I'll go over there and look at. I'm gonna have to get way more pictures for me to even. And I know when. So ask Emmett.
Hey, he's still telling us why he said no. We know it's a no.
No, but but the audience need to understand, because y'all just said you would go over there still, which I don't understand. I don't understand.
No, I would have. It would
how you saying y'all would go over there and look at this deal, because I don't see nothing that's telling me that.
I would be going to see if I can negotiate the price and how much work is needed. If I walk in, I see it's going to be more than 60 into it, I'm not doing that deal.
What Emmett say? He said these lenders be redlining.
He said 55. So look, Emmett himself said 55 rehab.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
at 65 is too much. So at 40, I'll consider that.
Okay.
So what is it? Is it a deal or no deal?
It's a no deal for me for now. I don't have enough to go on for the renovation costs, other than Emmett's word, $55,000. I'm sorry, Emmett, but I like to do my own numbers on the rehab. And but yeah,
it's a no deal for me, but I am interested in seeing it and entertaining lowering the price.
All right. So last question before we wrap up. Make sure y'all like the videos we got and share them with people. Comment on them and all that good stuff. But are you willing to go higher than a 60% or 65% MAO if the seller owner is providing the financing? That I would consider. Yeah.
But not because of the gentrifying of the neighborhood.
Yeah, nah. I'm buying my investment based on what the area is now. Mm-hmm. The future can also change from what you think is going to be. So
the answer is yes. If the seller is financing it, I could get a lot more aggressive because I'm not out of pocket any money, or I'm out of pocket a lot less money.
Yeah, because most of your
negotiate lower costs for getting into it.
Yeah, and all your most of your capital is gonna go towards renovation. So it's saving you upfront money. But yeah, it's just getting control of the property. Mm-hmm. That's why you do subject twos and have your attorney write your paperwork up.
or get your mentor so you ain't got to pay that attorney.
Yeah, your mentor that originally hired an attorney that got all the paperwork from their attorney, and your mentor.
I ain't hiring no attorney. I did hire an attorney back in the day. Yeah, I used to.
So, exactly, and
but I learned. I mean, that's the point. I learned that.
We're closing on another flip on Thursday, y'all.
But
what?
Yeah, and we just closed on our flip that Shaka kept wanting to see the comp used as a comp.
Yeah. No, not that. We buy one. We have to buy another one.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Wait, who's buying it? Am I included in that deal? See, y'all put y'all on the spot. See, y'all doing
you included. Hold on, we might. So we potentially might buy Woodburn.
I'm gonna take my money and give it to Emmett, and let loan him my money
for less money. So how long we gonna wait before we make our offer on? Oh, you said you already made it. They rejected it.
Yeah, they rejected that.
What did you put it in for?
I'm not saying online, but we're gonna go back and negotiate. If Shaka come down on his prices.
And that I can't, unless y'all want to go in there and put baseboard heating in there.
That's over there.
We can put baseboard heating in there and demo that barn and keep it at 1.5 baths. So it's a 1.5 bath right now. It's a 1 bedroom, and then in the back, it's a half bath, like in the utility room. I mean, at that point, yeah, we could save a lot of money.
I think that area, you just do what that area cost suggests that you should do. I wouldn't go in there making it any better than any of the other properties over there that sold for 200.
Yeah. Emmett said I think he got a delay on his computer, but he said 160 to 170 sold, but he's saying he got 170. I don't know if he's saying he got 170 to loan people that's looking for money, or he just got 170 on the comps for that. But if y'all need some money, go to Emmett, because he probably gonna borrow the money from somebody else and he gonna loan it to y'all at a higher rate, and that's a whole nother show. So with that being said,
that's a wrap.
Share, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and we out. Somebody gotta say peace.
That's a wrap. Peace. That's a wrap.
All right.